Alright, so the next game. As some of you may know, I've been playing in the Discord Live League, where we play 5 minutes plus 2-minute games. So I decided to play one. Well, we didn't decide, we were just paired against each other. We were supposed to have 2, but I forgot about the other one, so we only played 1. So let's go over that one. He took the penguins, but that's fine. I just took the default color from the map. I don't think I actually have a second favorite. Like, not even Gray Sky is my second choice. But let's begin. So, starts off with 2 from the normal penguin builds. Pretty normal. He goes up here to get the theoretical 4 chain. I do the same thing. I go for my 1 turn captures over here. He does the same. Yep. Nothing much different so far. Let's see. Alright, a little bit of deviation here. He moved the penguin over here to capture this one. I moved my penguin to the right to give me the option to capture left or the right property, like so. So that's our first deviation from our capture phase. And ultimately, I chose to go for this one, so we definitely deviated now. Why did I choose to go for this one? No comment. I just felt like taking this property. Alright. He starts with a double tank. I went with a double artillery. Because I'm Jake, I like artillery. I like artillery even if I'm not Jake. But I know that Jake scales better than Adder in a late game, so if I stall long enough, eventually I will have a firepower advantage over Adder, simply because of the planes bonus. Jake isn't that bad with movement either. He does get +2 vehicle movement with the superpower, similar to how Adder also gets +2 movement. The main strength of Adder is his ability to pressure early on with the power usage being very cheap and with the capability of a power chain. But I just need to survive long enough, then I win. That's the plan. Alright, I built a battlecopter. He built anti-air on the left base instead of the right base. This move kind of confused me a little. Don't know why, but we were both playing this rather quickly. Actually, as another thing over here, I didn't mention this. He did base skip accidentally. It was an accidental base skip. As for me, I also played a little too quickly. I initially planned with Day 3 Recon, but I forgot to build a Day 3 Recon, so there's no point in building a Recon after that. So I just went with a double artillery. So we were both playing a little quickly, except I think his was more punishing since because of that accidental base skip, he's not getting this property for another turn, and he's down a unit just by accident. But I go put my double artillery in the center, aimed at the comm tower because I want to slow down the game. I don't want comm towers into play. I'm more than happy to not get my comm tower if it means Adder is not getting his comm tower. I got my battlecopter and my tank aimed at ready to defend my artillery if he tries to go all the way here. And the anti-air is nowhere near close by, even with an Adder power. So I'm feeling confident. The anti-air should have been on the right side for sure. And I built a mech, because if the battle is going to be by my artillery, a mech is pretty close over there. Tank hits my infantry over here, I'm fine with that. So I lost 1 infantry so far, but I managed to deny the comm tower. So I now shift my double artillery to the left, create a pretty good wall over here, I would say. I think it's a good wall. And this time I have a lot of units defending it. I decided to go for a cheap shot over here, simply because I want to take this property while also denying my opponent their property over here. And I go triple tank. I don't want to give any... Because I built double artillery, I am down in the tank count, so I want to catch up with the tank count by going triple tank. He does go for an artillery of his own, but it's not going to come into play since it's built way later than mine. At least it's not coming into play just yet. He withdraws. Okay. I decide to go for my comm tower and create a nice wall with my infantry as well. The reason why I'm walling is because I want to slow down the game. The slower the game, the happier for me. Also take another cheap shot just because why not. Also, I don't actually have anything over here, so I will have to pull back. I might as well damage some infantry so they can't. Well, they will have a harder time taking my property over here. It's very easy to overextend in the center because of the reinforcement times. Anti-air moves right to chase my battlecopter away. He decides to break through and kills off my artillery and shoots at my other artillery. So while he did break through, I'm perfectly fine with this. I mean, after all, he's overextending. Well, I think it's perfectly fine if I lose 1 artillery and a half for this, in terms of vehicle count, because now, what do I get for losing 1 artillery and a half? I get 1 tank, 2 tank, almost 3 tanks. So I think it's a perfectly fine trade in my end. I definitely hurt his value a lot more than my value. Even decided to take a shot at the artillery just because I wanted to. Pull my battlecopter back, pull my infantry closer towards my tank where my tank can reinforce along with my mech. And he built a battlecopter. I couldn't afford an anti-air and 2 tanks, so I built another artillery, seeing how well the first 2 artillery performed. Might as well get more. And he pulls back, which makes sense. But I should be up in the vehicle count now, because I am up in income and I did get a positive KD from this result here. I lost 1 vehicle to 2 vehicles. Alright, I'm now expecting an adder normal power because I know adder likes to use normal power. So I pull my units back a little. I leave 1 over here just as an enticing offering. And here's the side slip. I sometimes make the habit of putting too many offerings up and just getting destroyed in the process. But this is just 1 tank. I'm sure 1 tank is fine to lose. Alright, my tank didn't tie because because no comm towers are captured, so this is only a 33% chance of dying. I don't think it has been chipped, so I think it is 33%. Anti-air goes in, kills off with the infantry sack, kills off my infantry over here, and creates a nice ball around that artillery. The thing is, I'm also nearing my superpower, so I go for that anti-air with my mech. I decide to sack my tank, and go for the Black Rock. Battlecopter goes first, then I send the tank all the way in the back. Tank in the back first. You want to use your vehicles in the back because they have... If you use your vehicles in the front, the units in the back can't quite reach your opponent, but if you use your units in the back, then your units in the front can reach deeper. Didn't get the luck roll over here, so that was a little disappointing. Fortunately, anti-air still breaks through infantry, so I can break through, kaboom, go for that artillery, and I just do so much damage. Well, an adequate amount that I'm satisfied with. This tank didn't get to shoot anything, but I'd say it was definitely a winning for me. And because the fight has moved to the right, these mechs aren't relevant right now. Here's the second side slip after the tank sack and the artillery shoot. Didn't get this kill because still no comm towers on the map. I mean, well, no comm towers being captured. We both have a medium tank now. Tried to get it, didn't get it. Battlecopters are not sufficient defense for other battlecopters. I said this once, I will say it again, I said this many times. Anti-air is the defense against battlecopters, because now my battlecopter, it's 2 HP, but it will still do quite a lot. For example, well, when it gets there, I'll give you an example. 1 HP battlecopter tank surviving, kerboom. All because no anti-air to contest my otherwise uncontested battlecopters. I mean, of course it's contested, but it's you want your battlecopter shooting at things other than just other battlecopters. And look at what this battlecopter is earning me. It's chipping this infantry, damaging another infantry by 1 HP, all because no anti-air. Alright. I can't exactly reach that battlecopter, so that's a fine attack against my tank. But here's the thing about this medium tank. It's next to a plains, and if I use my power, my artillery can also reach it. So of course I use my power. Jake power isn't that bad actually. You still get the artillery boost and some firepower bonus. So battlecopter still being useful, chipping down more damage because I want to. Medium tank goes in, gets a nice shot, anti-air that mech, so the mech is no longer at play, and I kill off that medium tank. And I'm getting a lot of artillery here. So now I think, okay, I'm clearly winning right now. How can I finish the game? Because this game would... let's see. Because while I could just wait it out, I do want to close the game. I do sometimes... I'm not confident I can close the game right away, so I might as well try for an HQ cap. Let's see what I can get from it. Just some practice with ending the game. So shift all my anti-air left. I'm leaving this side almost completely barren. If you notice, I have been battlecopter spamming. I haven't mentioned it, but my opponent still doesn't have an anti-air. The first anti-air is already dead. So that's why I'm battlecopter spamming. One battlecopter, even if he had 3 battlecopters, it would not be sufficient air defense against my battlecopters. If my anti-air were supporting my battlecopters. Alright, just send a tank here. Oh no, it's in range of their tanks? Well, 1 battlecopter, 2 battlecopter, 3 battlecopter. and no anti-air in sight. So this is a perfectly fine move to make, if I would say so. I prepare the attack on the black boat, as well as capturing this property simply because, income advantage. Yeah, people don't build enough anti-air. I see it in all levels of play, but especially in the lower level plays where you just don't have enough anti-air. Well, normally it's not too bad since you can typically only get one battlecopter per turn, and one anti-air can probably zone out a lot of battlecopters at once. But you definitely do want anti-air. I think it's going to be a theme of this week's videos, actually. I think in my previous other games, come to think of it, in my previous games, I have lost because one, I blundered 2 battlecopters to a single anti-air in that previous game, and I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you have watched the earlier videos. But I have 2 anti-air, one I sent out because it got a shot on the battlecopter, another one because you can always expect battlecopter spam if you're trying to attack on a side where they have the airport, so always good to bring at least another anti-air. They were able to break through and interrupt the capture, but I'm fine with that. We can see I have triple artillery here, all of them on planes, and all this damage I'm taking is building up charge for my power, so these artillery are going to be very, very dangerous. So finally, one anti-air, built a little too late, so need to get a second one to compensate for the later date. Forget everything I said about anti-air, apparently it isn't true and it just gave me power. Okay. So, Block Rock. I sacked the battlecopter to get my charge, so I can one-shot those tanks. Didn't quite get the luck roll here despite owning a comm tower, but I can wall it off with my medium tank now. And using my... Oh, now I got the luck roll. And pressing my movement and the planes tile bonus to the maximum, I just use it to create another wall. This time, it's impossible to be broken through. I'm still denying him from my property over here, simply because, well, I don't want to lose income. And 2 more anti-air, because you definitely need anti-air. Couldn't quite break through, so that was this game. As I said earlier, I wanted to build Day 3 Recon. I wanted to build it, this is Day 3. I think I wanted to build it like right now, so I can quickly ride up these roads and start interrupting this theoretical 4-chain. Because you're not getting a tank out anytime soon, and due to the terrain, if you do get a tank out on this base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, it will take quite a while due to the river and this forest. So that was why I wanted to do a Day 3 Recon. But I played too fast and didn't build it, so I decided to go with the double artillery. He also played too fast, kind of base skipped over here by accident. I think this penguin would have been better sent onto this property if you're going to skip to this property, because then this penguin can go down and capture this one. But then again, this is a live game. Both of us were playing very fast with 5-minute plus 2-minute timers. We had plenty of time on the clock actually. I think at the end of it we both had like 10 minutes left. So we definitely could have taken our time a little more on this game. But that was this game. I still have to play him again in Fog. We have a different live game scheduled. I simply forgot to message him for the Fog game. But that will happen in next week.